Hello there, traders. For today's session, I decided to cover USD versus Canadian dollar, and I will speak about the Euro versus US dollar and the Pound versus US dollar. So I will start first with the USD versus Canadian dollar, because I think there is a still good opportunity for the rally, and the analysis that I did in my previous forecast, basically, that analysis is playing very good since we got this initial impulsive move upside as we expected. You know, the Canadian dollar alerted you that we got a strong bullish background there. There was a pullback week, so last week was more like a pullback week, and so far we have a breakout mode on the USD Canadian dollar. When I said breakout mode, I mean on the most recent, like, we got a 3-day balance there and we got a breakout of that. So this is like technically a breakout mode for today, and I can easily say that this USD Canadian dollar can go to 1.2 490 489 and revisit that level. So, you know, watching for the pullback opportunities on the intraday frames, like a 15-30 minute time frame, seems like a legit idea for this kind of condition and this kind of regime. Most recently, the USD versus Canadian dollar already got one pullback. There was a divergence there on the bottom, on the lower, like a 2-minute time frame. There was like simply like a bull flag on a 15-minute time frame. Now we are trading near this level. We got some selling going from 1.2 380, and we got some downside move of 5 to 6 pips, but I still expect actually overall pretty strong rally on this one. If we go to our profile chart using MT4 platform, InstaForex, we can see that basically we already tested some first objectives, you know, 1.2 350 and 1.2 385 were objectives for the initial first two objectives for this upside movement since my recommendation for the upside. Now the next one is 1.2 422, and let's say the second upside target is at the 1.2 455. So I guess that price will try to head towards these levels. So definitely watch for buying opportunities on the pullbacks using the intraday frames. It will be still a legit idea based on this breakout. Now, speaking of the gold, what we got on the gold is technically we got a breakout of the multi-day balance to the downside, but most recently we got some reaction from buyers. Seems like we got a reaction from buyers reacting on this lower price of the gold. So I will say that still my idea behind is to watch for downside opportunities, but I must alert you about this low, since we just revisited this low here and rejected back. So we still don't know if this is actually indeed the beginning of this bigger breakout, but I will say the price breaks 1761. I guess that will confirm potential for downside movement even towards the 1725, 1730. That can be the next zone, and definitely the major lows made on March this year can be also in the play, speaking of the more like a short meter. So watch for the downside breakout. We got some initial downside breakout, but there was a reaction, more like a V-shaped rotation here so far. So keep your focus on this one, since I think that we are starting this breakout, but still this low is in the play around 7063. So watch carefully there. There is a previous day low at 7070, I guess you see the price is reacting back right now, probably because of this bull divergence back into the mean right there. So any kind of losing momentum to the upside, any kind of the bigger downside break, bigger imbalance, can confirm the further downside move. So that is the one on the gold. And the final one is the British pound versus US dollar, which actually met a few targets already based on recommendation that ideas that I suggested here. So there was a ledge here, there was a minus development in the pound, I spoke about it, and we got a no buying power to go through, so we got a rejection there, and since that point the price dropped literally about 100 pips, tested the whole minus development area, and basically resisted a bit of this ledge right there. That's a pretty impressive one. We hit all objectives here, and now we got some, but still downside is in the play and sellers are in control, but we hit some major objective points. I would just want to update you about that. The next level to watch in the pound is at 1.3 1.3790, and the next one will be 1.3710. So watch carefully for the pound. We reached main objectives, so we can have some rotation back and forth, but overall selling pressure is still active and short-term trend is downside. That'll be all for today, and see you all tomorrow.